Hey, welcome back, everyone. Today, we are fortunate that we are joined with Michael Simpson, a good friend of mine, a longtime friend, and a person who I chat with on a regular basis, mostly about trading in the junior resource market. Mike is a very active trader, very knowledgeable, and a great analyst, I find. He constantly has deals flowing through his desk. He is always looking at different companies and really taking into account the big picture on the market. Mike and I were talking earlier this morning, and he had some very interesting comments I found about how companies in the market are really trading at prices and have a market cap lower than simply their cash in their bank with a great management team. Mike, you care to elaborate on this?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a funny time in the market these days, and there's some real disconnects. And if you've got some courage and there's some money to be made, I mean, I was talking to Corey earlier. One of my favorites, and one that I personally like, is Independence Gold, and it's run by Randy Turner, who is one of the most famous players in the game. He sold Silver Quest last year for about 131 million. Before that, he was one of the guys who started Diamonds in Canada and sold his company for 305 million to De Beers back in the early 2000s. And now he's got a company, Independence Gold, is sitting at 13.4 million in cash, and its market cap is 9.8 million. And I mean, Randy has a fabulous track record. He's been through the ups and downs, but nobody seems to care.
Mike, yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Like, Randy has had this amazing track record. As you said, last year he sold his company in a down market for a great return. I think the shareholder vote passed that almost unanimously, which really shows a faith in what he can do. And as you said, it's almost like you can put $1 into one of these companies, then you don't need to run it, and they're essentially giving you $1.25, $1.50 back sometimes. And then these guys are essentially just taking your money and then putting it back into the ground. And they're the smart guys out there. And that's why we invest with good management, right, Mike?
Absolutely. I mean, you want a track record that's gone for 20 plus years. I think, in the last 10 years, gold has taken off, and we've seen company after company pop up with, management that's never seen a hard day apart from maybe 2008 and 9, but then things came roaring back, and they're walking around in the market right now saying, "Oh, this is terrible," and it's not that bad. So, I mean, in 2008 and 2009, we were wondering if copper was $1. We were wondering if bank machines would stop spitting out money. Like, this is just, it's nothing like that. So I feel that if you get really good management, you'll do well.
Well, and it seems like there is a lot of good management out there. However, we have been told and heard from many people that the market might be a little saturated with gold companies. A couple too many people starting up these companies just with the idea of making a quick buck. But then, like you said, you touch back on Randy and some of these other management teams that have been around for a long time and seen these swings, but then have also just had positive results for the longest of times.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, another one I like is Geomark, which is now just merging with Pinecliff. But a few months ago, you could buy this at cash value, and it's run by a guy named George Fink, who founded Bonterra Energy. And I think if you go to Pinecliff's fact sheet there, it shows if you'd invested $20,000 with Bonterra at the beginning, it'd be worth around $6 million today. I mean, he has a huge track record. He's a fabulous man. And, his company's trading for the cash in the bank. It's just wild.
Yeah, so pretty good market to be buying in right now, or at least hopefully before this tax loss selling comes. And, well, really, we've started to see a slight turn in the market. I think the elections coming up in the U.S. will have something to do with it, but at the same time, the U.S. is going through QE3, so we're just going to have to see how that plays out as well.
Absolutely, and with all this printing of money, there's going to be bubbles in the market, and we all want to be a part of them and hopefully get out at the right time. But I think also with what's going on in China, they're lowering interest rates and they're spending money on infrastructure, and hopefully they'll get things going there. I mean, they're the big engine of the commodity market, and we'll see. I mean, one of the best ways if you're going to trade the Chinese market is on the yin. And with the yen right now, it looks like it's going to break through a few months consolidation, which shows that people are very bullish about China getting going. Now, that doesn't mean they're right, but that's the way they feel.
Yeah, very true. And China has shown quite the interest in gold for the last few years. They've just seemed to be stockpiling it in their banks and using it as a form of security against all their, unfortunately, U.S. banked bonds.
Absolutely. I mean, China's the world mystery. Nobody knows what's going on in China. I mean, sometimes I wonder if China knows what's going on in China. But I mean, that's just how it goes, I suppose.
Yeah, well, hey, we are in an interesting market right now. I want to remind everybody that Mike and myself are not registered investment advisors. However, we are very active in the market and constantly looking for new and better deals. So, Mike, thank you very much for joining us. Very informative, and we will have you on again soon. Everybody, please leave your comments below and let us know what you think. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Corey.